Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. It is 7 o'clock on the dot. Don't expect to be using the Compass card on transit anytime soon. The Lower Mainland's new fare system is facing more delays and cost overruns. With the details on this, we join Greg Harper, who is live in Vancouver with the latest. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. Here at the very busy Commercial and Broadway SkyTrain station this morning. Behind me, you can see the fare gates. Eventually, transit users will have a Compass card and they'll be scanning it on those blue sensors you see. But when remains the big question. There's been another delay on the rollout of the controversial Compass card. It was originally supposed to be launched in the spring of last year. TransLink says there are speed and accuracy problems with the card readers on buses. That's the main problem right now. Cards are being misread 8% of the time, meaning in some cases, users are being charged an incorrect amount. Right now, there are 85,000 public transit users who are testing the cards, but we still don't know when the cashless payment system will be rolled out to the public.
It has an impact not only on the customer experience, has an impact on our ability to connect the buses when you're handing buses off if the schedule gets off. But equally important is we want to make sure that when someone's being charged the fare for what they used, a 1-zone, 2-zone, or 3-zone pass, they're being charged the correct fare.
Frustrated, very. It was, like you say, it was supposed to be out last year, right? Now it keeps going and they've got excuses and excuses, and they shouldn't have got it to begin with. There was problems before with the other people that have it, right?
TransLink says it will be reviewing the system once again in October. This is a project that has a budget right now of $194 million. That's up by $23 million over the original budget. Jody?
Those are some significant numbers. Thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting live for us this morning from downtown Vancouver. A subway is the best form of transit for the Broadway corridor in Vancouver. That's according to a team of experts from the U.S. who agree that underground trains are the most suitable, but planning the route should be kept separate from real estate decisions. The report suggests rezoning and high rises won't be necessary, and the location of stations should fit in with each community. Vancouver police have released a sketch of a man accused of exposing himself to a teenager in the downtown core. Here's a look at the image. It shows the man they want to speak with. Over the incident in English Bay last Wednesday afternoon, a 13-year-old girl told officers the man asked her personal questions before exposing himself to her. They've also released this, a sketch of the tattoo on his upper left arm. Anyone with information about this man should call police immediately. There are calls from the Humane Society to bring an end to the chuck wagon races at the Calgary Stampede. This after the death of a horse at training runs yesterday. The chuck wagon rolled while coming around a barrel yesterday morning. A man who was riding as a passenger was thrown from the wagon and taken to hospital. A necropsy has determined the 12-year-old horse died of a ruptured aneurysm. The fast-flowing Assiniboine River is expected to crest in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba today. People in the area are hoping the dikes will hold, as they did in nearby Brandon over the weekend. The province still hasn't decided if it will deliberately breach a dike to remove some of the pressure downstream. Manitoba Emergency Measures says the next 48 hours will be crucial in determining if the flooding will worsen. Canada's Prince of Pot is expected to be released from a U.S. prison today after spending 5 years in jail for selling marijuana seeds online. But it could still be weeks before followers can celebrate Mark Emery's freedom. His sentence may end today, but he will be transported to a private deportation facility. That's where he will wait for a flight to Detroit and then a transfer across the border to Windsor, Ontario. The 56-year-old's release coincides with Washington State's first recreational marijuana stores opening for business this week. On that topic, while it is legal to purchase pot in Washington, it is against the law to bring it back into Canada, of course, or to another state, except Colorado. Lawyers say you could be arrested for possession, and that could affect your ability to travel across the border in future unless you're able to get that waived with the help of an immigration lawyer.
Okay. Marijuana has been made legal for recreational use in Washington state only and Colorado, but you can't drive between those two states. I think if you were to cross a border from Washington state into Idaho or into Oregon, you would then be in a position where you'd be in possession of marijuana. It would be illegal under state and federal law, and you could certainly be arrested.
Lawyers also remind Canadians that while it is in Washington state, you're not allowed to smoke pot in public or in your car or in a hotel room. And driving while impaired by a drug or alcohol is also an offense in Canada as well as Washington State.